Members of the United States House of Reps came together and voted overwhelmingly to approve new sanctions on Russia.
Yeah. Now, while President Trump has not indicated whether he would sign the bill, the House and Senate Republicans have now reached a deal that is paving the way to send the bill to his desk. Winifred Ajowale has more on that.
This is a very important bill. These three regimes in different parts of the world are threatening vital U.S. interests, and they are destabilizing their neighbors. It is well past time that we forcefully respond.
Despite President Donald Trump's objection to sanction Russia, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill slamming new sanctions on Iran, Russia, and North Korea. House members backed the measure by a margin of 419 to 3, with strong support from Trump's fellow Republicans as well as Democrats. The vote comes hours after Jared Kushner, the president's son-in-law and senior advisor, wrapped up an interview with the House Intelligence Committee about the 2016 campaign and allegations that the Trump campaign coordinated with Russian officials to help defeat Hillary Clinton.
And we simply cannot allow any foreign power to interfere in our electoral process. Given our president's complete unwillingness to hold Russia accountable for their attack, and let's not mistake it for anything else, it was an attack on America. It has become necessary for Congress to assert its role in this area and ensure that Russia will be held accountable.
This bill dials up our current sanctions on North Korea, Iran, and Russia to hold their governments accountable for their destabilizing actions. The Russia piece in this package is particularly necessary. Russia has flagrantly violated international law by invading Ukraine and interfering in American and European elections. These sanctions are a clear signal that the United States will hold President Putin and his close associates accountable for their actions.
While Russia has warned it is growing tired of showing restraint and would retaliate against what it saw as hostile moves, the Russian Deputy Foreign Minister Sergei Ryabkov says this sanction leaves no room to improve ties between both countries in the near future, and cooperation between Russia and the United States in the fight against terrorism will be complicated. Senate leaders have not said when they might consider the House bill, which must first pass through them before it goes on to the White House. But President Donald Trump has not indicated whether he would sign the bill, which will also give Congress a way to block any easing of new sanctions against Russia, North Korea, and Iran, as well as older ones against Russia. Winifred Ajowale, TVC News.
Okay, now joining us via phone from Abuja is a lecturer at the Pan-Atlantic University, Dr. Austin Nweze. Good morning and thanks for joining us.
Good morning.
Can a detente be achieved between U.S. and Russia, and how will that, will it be for the good of the rest of the world or not?
Well, right from history, U.S. and Russia have never agreed, and then after the Cold War, we thought that relationship would improve, and also after that Trump coming in, it seemed as if they were going to work together against a common enemy, and when two enemies are fighting a common enemy, they become friends, So I thought that was the original intention of Trump is how can we work with Putin to fight ISIS? The common enemy is ISIS, but the Congress are really not comfortable about the President Trump's relationship, with Russia, especially business dealings and all that. And they're fighting. The system is fighting to make sure that that so-called enmity between the two are there. But it's not good for the global polity. And the ISIS is the major issue. And not only the ISIS alone, the global threat. North Korea is there. Even in Africa, the Horn of Africa, Somalia, it's all there. They're not even looking at it because Somalia is a bigger threat to some of these things they're fighting. So it's important that the two nations work together, to bring about the global peace. As they're going along, it's all politics going on. But, it's all about interests, Russian interests and U.S. interests.
All right, Dr. Nweze, we don't have all the time, but let me ask you this before we go on the show. the Senate, the House of Rep has passed a bill overwhelmingly in support of this sanction. And the President, Trump, is not on the same page. What kind of political complication are we seeing from this scenario?
Yeah, because one is about American interests, and then the House of Rep is by doing that, all they're doing is protecting the American interest. But Trump is saying no. So it's all about horse trading. At a point they will come to terms, have a common ground where they can all agree. It's all about shifting. I know that the House of Rep will shift, and Donald Trump also will shift. And the focus is what is good for America, American interest. As long as they agree on the common American interest, I think they will all be on the same page, and they go ahead and do all of that, because Donald Trump must shift ground, and the House of Rep must shift ground. They are horse trading now. It's common in American politics. So
why is America so afraid of Russia, of a better relationship with Russia in the first place? Can the world even afford a Cold War era again?
Well, it's going to happen whether we like it or not. And it's all building up. I know it's all coming from the Middle East. It's coming from the Middle East. So whether we like it or not, that Cold War will continue to America and Russia will find it difficult to work together. And that's the way it is, because they have to, it's like opposition. If they work together, we may not achieve, the world may not be, because there's no way the world will be at peace when all the two nations are. They always want to do one thing or the other to make sure that the other person is not oppressing the other person and the other person is not having so much. They're checkmating each other, and which is healthy for the world. Actually.
All right. Dr. Austin Weze, lecturer at the Pan-Atlantic University, joining us from Abuja. Thank you very much for talking to us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you.
Right.